What's up, everybody? This is Information Man. Let's get into it right now, everybody. I hope you're doing well out there. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let's talk about Joy Reid. As you already know, Joy Reid has been fired by MSNBC. Hey, let me just keep it real with you all. We saw this coming. This was coming down the pipeline. It was just a matter of time before it was going to happen. You saw what happened to Don Lemon. They kicked him off of, they got rid of him off of CNN, kicked him off, whatever you want to call it. Joy Reid is more on the liberal side. The atmosphere, the temperature is not going well for Democrats right now at this point in time. Joy Reid, to me, is not a legitimate journalist because you're supposed to be objective, and she tends to be very biased, but all mainstream media is biased at the end of the day, right? So people call her a Democratic shield because she puts out more Democratic talking points, but hell, Fox News puts out Republican talking points. So it is what it is. I don't care too much for Republicans. I don't really care for Democrats because Neely Fuller Jr. already told us that white supremacy plays both sides of the argument. It plays the left side, it plays the right side. Either both sides, you're doomed.
Tell the truth.
But Joy Reid, I don't know if this is because of Trump being the president. You're seeing a lot of the media, especially the liberal media, that's capitulating to Trump and what have you in his administration now because they want access to the White House. But, you know, Joy Reid, she's crying. She's upset over what has taken place, but it was coming. I don't think she has a lot of street cred when it comes to the Black community, particularly the Black American community, people that will define themselves as ADOS, American descendants of slavery, those that would define themselves as FBA, Foundational Black Americans. She hasn't ingratiated herself with either group going all the way back to 2019, where she made disparaging statements calling Black Americans who are fighting and have been fighting for reparations, saying that those that were pushing the agenda of reparations were nothing but Republican operatives, Republican shills, or in this case, she called them Russian bots, because remember, there was all this talk about the Russians interfering in that election when Donald Trump first got in office. So that really pissed off and a lot of Black people who weren't feeling her. And so I don't know how many of you out there feel sorry for Joy Reid being let go by MSNBC. Why are we surprised? It's white media. It's a media company that's owned by white society. This is an example of the fact that we need to have more Black media corporations. But you know, to be honest with you, Joy Reid being fired, you're seeing a lot of people being let go. I heard Lester Holt is going to be leaving after this year himself. Mainstream media is not where it's at. They lie to us. They don't tell us the truth. They're not very honest brokers. And what's happening is that those of us like myself that are doing independent media, we're saying it just like it is. We're doing the job that they should be doing. So nobody really cares about mainstream media. They're not getting the ratings that they used to be because everybody's on YouTube, TikTok, and all the social medias. So Joy Reid is just a byproduct or a victim of the fact that old media is dying and they're trying to reshuffle over there. So let me go into this video right here. Joy Reid, very upset about the circumstances that have befallen her, but you know, it was coming. And I'm sorry, you disrespected Black people, Joy, who were down with the reparations movement by saying that we were ops for the Republicans because Black people were asking for what do we get for our vote, like everybody else does, Joy. And now what's gone around is coming around, and what goes around always comes around. And now you're upset. And let's hear this right now. Check her out. She's going to start crying. A lot of people have been laughing about this. Nobody's, people are not giving her much love on social media these days. Check this out.
Talking to so many people, but I've been through every emotion from, anger, rage, disappointment, hurt, feeling that, guilt, that I let my team lose their jobs. But in the end, where I really land and where I've landed on today is just gratitude, just pure gratitude. And gratitude, not just because people would take the time to get on a call like this, or to take care of me, but also that my show had value. And
if your show had value, this is the thing, this question of value. And the reality about value is that it's like a token, right? If I give you a token, the person who gives you the token determines the value of the token, right? You get a bus token and you have a dime. We know 10 cents is worth 10 cents, a nickel, but a token, a bus token, is the value that the person gives the token to you, that they put on the token of value. This is where you get those terms like a token person. Joy Reid, you might have value, but I don't think you had much value, because if you had this much value, they would have never gotten rid of you. And within certain circles of Black people who believe in reparations, who believe in the truth, Joy, you disrespected us. And I'm going to play that video back in 2019 to show you exactly the type of disrespect that we're talking about here, everybody. So let's continue with more of Joy Reid here. Here we go.
That what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize.
This is one of the problems right here. We're living in the 21st century, and we've got Black people there's some Black people out here that are shocked that she got let go. Why are you shocked? We don't own these news agencies. We have no power. Joy Reid says she had value. No, she only had value based on what? The numbers, the receipts. What are those receipts? If you can't get good numbers, good views in mainstream media, they're going to drop you. So at some point in time, people turned her off. People got turned on by the messaging. And then we're in a different atmosphere right now with all the Trumpism that's going on. But Joy, you miscalculated. And now you're calling on Black folks and everybody to come to your rescue. But what happened is you got your wake-up call, and it can be a hard wake-up call to have to deal with, Joy.
And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad.
I don't want to hear about the Black Lives Matter issue. Black Lives Matter was infiltrated, Joy. This is why she's not in touch with what's going on in the Black community. Black Lives Matter was a psyop that was used for people of alternative lifestyle to infiltrate it, or it was infiltrated. It was used as a front for that movement on the backs of Black men and Black women that were being deleted and taken out of here by the policing systems of this country.
Tell the truth.
Joy, haven't you read the memo about that? Black folks are not rocking with Black Lives Matter anymore.
That was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just Black folks, or went hard.
Statistically, during that time when they were saying that Asian people were being attacked. If you go back then and even now, everybody, and look at the stats, nobody is being attacked more by hate crimes than Black Americans in this country, more than any other group. Yet Joe Biden and his administration with Kamala Harris never gave us a hate bill, a black hate bill for people that are attacking black folks. Black folks are attacked by hate crime more than any group in this country.
Hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them.
Now,
Or whether we
right there, some would say that Joy Reid can't relate to Black Americans, particularly Black Americans within the ADOS and FBA movement, people who believe in reparations because she's not of the lineage, being of immigrant background. And that's what people feel. That's what some people are saying, that maybe she doesn't have a clue because she's not of the culture. And therefore, if she's not of the culture, should she be talking for black folks? That's what people say. That's some of the sentiment that goes around on social media around the issues of Joy Reid. Let's continue a little bit of this, and I want to go into the other video that I was talking
about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, you know, defending books that people find inconvenient, you know, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit that we need to understand.
All right. So that's enough of that. So she's going on about Anna Jones and Project 1619. I get all of that, right? But it's much too late, Joy. And let me tell you something, everybody. She has a YouTube channel that she put together, I think, in 2024. She might have already known. These people know this stuff is coming down the pipeline. She probably already knew it because she's already pivoting. Just like Don Lemon, they all pivot to social media to join, and then they call themselves independent media when the people that's really independent media are black folks like myself and other folks on the social media streets that have been putting out content to make our people aware about situations that are happening politically, socially, and culturally. But then these mainstream folks are going to come right on over here to social media because they've been marginalized and thrown in the back of the closet like old shoes, right? Even though when they were in mainstream media, they were talking about us like dogs, right? So Joy Reid, I think what's happening is that once again, you're getting your wake up call, and the white media conglomerates, they don't need you anymore. And I think black people like Joy Reid, they get up on their high horse, they're making that money, and they begin to think that they have power. You have no power. We need, to have power is to have your own media conglomerates, to have black media companies, to have that. That's empowering. But let's go into this. I want to show you something that bothered me about Joy Reid a few years back. This was during the 2019 when you had, the elections and you had the political scene. And this is back when we were talking about reparations and all those different things that black people were saying. Now, what were the things that black people were saying? This wasn't Russian bots, this is real black people. People were saying things about tangibles. People were saying, hey, if the Democrats, the Democrats as I call them, and then you got the Republican clan, if the Democrats want the black vote, then they have to put up or shut up, meaning what do we get for our vote? And at that time, we were talking about the movement of reparations, okay? Now, the thing that bothers me is that every time black people are determined to define what it is that we want, that we deserve from this political system, when you want our vote, everybody criticizes us and say, oh, you need to just vote Democrat. You don't vote for any party, whether it be Democrat or Republican, if you don't know what you're getting for your vote. So you had a movement of black people that were talking about these sort of issues. And then Joy Reid gets on here with this lady that you're going to see and tries to say that we're Russian bots. We're not real. This is all a scheme to get the Republicans in office when, damn it, Black people have been voting Democratic for decades now, and the question still remains, if you want our vote, like any other group, you got to do something for us. But let me let you hear this by Joy Reid. I was very disappointed when this came out. This was back in December 2019. Check this out.
Are supposedly also Black people who are spreading that message. And here's what you write about about fake accounts that are not necessarily really Black people, but who seem to be Black people who are saying, hey, Kamala's a cop, or this person is bad for Black people. Quote, fake accounts pretending to be Black women matter, not only in the disinformation campaigns, but in every election. There has been a constant number, you write, of fake accounts posing as Black women since 2013. These fake accounts, which pretend to be Black women, seem to be real people with real concerns. They connect with the American Black community online, attempting to learn Black vernacular.
So you see, at that time, they were trying to say that the people that were online that were bringing up these issues that I just talked about reparations and what Black people need and what we're going to do for them to get our vote. There she is, live on broadcast, 2019 on her show, trying to say that these were fake people, that this wasn't real, that this was artificial bots. A lie, Joy. Not true at all.
Areas.
We have identified at least 5 existing campaigns that are focused on getting Black people to do only one thing, not vote for the Democrats.
And can you name one of those 5 campaigns? I mean, we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it. There's a criminal justice campaign.
Why would we not vote? You don't throw your vote away to a party or any party that is not telling you what they're going to do for you. For so long, Black people, like sheep, have just gone along to get along and just voted for Democrats. And then later on, we're disappointed because they're in office for 4 years or 8 years. And then we're saying, hey, where's the Black stuff? When do we get the Black shit? And then we don't get anything. That's very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing, to say the least, when that happens. This is why there was a movement at that time around these issues. But check this out, how they're going to try to marginalize, underestimate, and undervalue Black Americans who put 10 feet in the ground, 10 toes down, and said, this is our position. Deal with it.
Conversation.
Yes.
There's an immigration. Go on.
Reparations, immigration, and sorry.
Let me stop this right here. Why would this be a problem? Right? Why would this be a problem, everybody? Why would the idea of reparations be a problem for us to demand of the Democratic Party? Why would criminal justice reform be a problem for us to demand? Right? Why would these be an issue? Climate change. Obviously, climate change will affect Black people, since Black people are impacted by the environment, like environmental racism, more than anybody. Immigration. Why would that not be an issue when Black people are impacted by immigration more than anybody? When you have illegals who are taking jobs. I did a video on my other channel where I did a video where there was a town in Mississippi. They had a chicken plant. They had arrested and detained and took away 861 illegals. The Black men in this town couldn't get a damn job. They were born in the town, lived there all their life, couldn't get a job because they had hired illegals. They got raided by ICE. They took all 861 of these illegals away. I did a video about it. And then you had Black men showing up to sign up for the damn job, talking about, hey, we're willing to do any damn thing. They said they never had a chance to get a damn job at this place in their community. Now, it was hard work. It was low wages, but Black men were willing to do that job. But they said that the immigrants impacted them economically. And there's been studies about this, how Dr. Claude Anderson has talked about this, how integration, illegal immigrants do impact Black people, particularly Black men that work in lower wage jobs. And this is a fact. This is why we were pushing this agenda back in 2019. Now, right here, again, they don't like the word tangible. Then you got Foundational Black American, Black Voices for Trump, walk away. Now, once again, I'm not a Trump fan or a Democrat fan. They're both groups are clowns, in my opinion. But then you have the ADOS, American Descendants of Slavery, reports that disinformation targets actors. They're saying that all black people that were saying these things on social media, that we all were phony, that we all were not real, that we were all Russian bots. How disrespectful, Joy Reid, can you really be, Joy? It's enough to make someone angry, fed up with the bullshit. But let's get back to this.
Reparations, immigration, and anything that has to do with the criminal justice system. So the reason that the targeting of Kamala around being
why would the issues of criminal justice not be a legitimate issue when you have
tell the truth,
black men, black women that are incarcerated, in some cases wrongfully incarcerated for crimes that have been chumped up, all sorts of things, right? Why would that be not a real issue to demand of the Democratic Party? When Joe Biden, when he was in office, claimed that he was going to be the social justice president, but we didn't get no justice. We just got just
tell
us.
The truth.
Okay? So, I mean, let's tell the truth about that and shame the devil.
You are.
Okay? This stuff is crazy, y'all. Crazy.
Tell the truth.
Let's go back to this now.
Is important is because anything that hinges on criminal justice becomes a divisive issue.
But how can people tell the difference?
How can criminal justice be a divisive issue? This is what Joy Reid was putting out there. And then she expects for black folks to be concerned about her crocodile tears now, that we should feel emotional for her. But back then, she was pushing that narrative. No, folks, I'm not buying it. No.
Between the real, genuine thing, Black Lives Matter, and the ones that are just designed to make you not vote. How do you even tell?
So you can tell right away by the language that they use most of the time. But if you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start.
What would that be? Now, check this out. They want to tell you and me that if we have those kind of demands, that's being divisive, that's keeping black folks from voting. The problem is they don't want black people to think for ourselves. They want us to be robots. You see.
To pause and take a better look at what they're saying, better look at those accounts and seeing what they're saying.
All right. Let's go back over here. Now, everybody, let me show you this one. This is same show. Here go part 2 of that same video. Check this out.
We have identified at least 5 existing campaigns that are focused on getting black people to do only one thing, not vote for the Democrats.
And can you name one of those 5 campaigns? I mean, we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it.
Wow, there it is. So what are those campaigns, everybody? Check this out. Let me play this one next. Check this out. Here, this is Joy Reid. Okay, this is what she was putting out. She said while she was crying to y'all, she said she has value. Well, check this out.
If you see anyone who says basically tangibles or you're not getting our vote without us getting something back, you should start to pause and take a better look at what they're saying, better look at those accounts and seeing what they're saying.
Okay, everybody. Now, what are those tangibles? Well, once again, reparations. This country owes black American people a debt. People that were born here, that come out of those plantations or have a history, whose people have a history of building this country from the foundation of it. You damn right, Skippy, that we should get money. But Joy Reid has used her platform at that time to demonize Black Americans. I have a problem with that completely and deeply. Why she sets up here and wants us to feel sorry for her with the crying crocodile tears, everybody.
Show had value, and that I'm sorry that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I say this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize.
Right. So what she did now, everybody, do you think what she did in 2019, do you think that was value to marginalize and underestimate and undervalue Black people, especially Black folks that were involved and are involved to this very day in the reparations movement, by trying to call us Russian bots, trying to say that us asking the Democrats to do something that we want them to do if they want our vote, that would be something that would be divisive, that would be a form of us being Russian bots, that was us trying to stop Black people from voting for the Democratic Party. Why with those particular topics, again, topics around, I want to move this over here. Topics around the issues of reparations. So I put this over
I mean,
here.
we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it.
We have identified. We have identified at least 5 existing campaigns that are focused on getting Black people to do only one thing, not vote for the Democrats.
And can you name one of those 5 campaigns? I mean, we put up from the report that you're saying that there's a conversation about reparations that has to do with it.
Right there. So you're saying to us as Black people,
tell the truth,
Joy Reid, and that we shouldn't, if we ask for reparations, criminal justice, climate change, and issues that we have with immigration, we want tangibles, that these are wrong things to demand. When the Democrat Party works for us, we don't work for them, meaning that we vote for them. Their job is to serve the people. We know they don't serve us like they should. We know that both these political parties play games. But how disrespectful Joy Reid is in that situation. And this is why I can't feel sorry for Joy Reid because she got let go, right? I can't really, I don't have any her crocodile tears don't sway
tell the
me.
truth.
Okay. But this is a bigger issue, is that this is a byproduct of the fact that Black people don't have any real media power at the mainstream level. Our power is in social media. This is where since we are putting out the information. The whole reparations movement got a resurgence. The whole issue of people talking about it got its resurgence through people on social media driving the issue, driving what our expectations are of these damn politicians. So, Joy Reid, you were a mouthpiece for MSNBC. They didn't took you off the air, and they didn't gave other Black folks, I think Michael Steele and all these other folks, they're going to take over your slot. Just like Joy Reid. Do y'all remember this? Joy Reid is the one who took over the slot for Marissa Harris Perry. Remember her when she was on MSNBC and she was having some issues there and she ended up leaving MSNBC? Marissa Perry. I think she's a doctor. And it was Joy Reid who took her slot. So what goes around comes around, you see.
Tell the
You
truth.
took a slot from another Black woman that was having some success, and then she got into a few issues with MSNBC behind the scenes, things that she didn't like, and they let her go, or she left the company. and then they moved you right on in, Joy. And now they done moved your ass right on out. And then they done took people that you know at the company that's going to take over your slot. And you sitting up here telling black folks that we Russian bots, that we not real people.
Tell the truth.
With real issues and demands of this political system, because it is a system. Everybody, I want to thank you for watching this podcast. This is a pre-produced podcast. Make sure you share this video on all your social media, because I definitely would appreciate that. Make sure you like, put it in your community tab if you're a content creator. Put it in those social medias, the Facebooks, the X's, whatever you use. I would appreciate that. I want to say once again, thank you for watching this program today. Like and comment again. Subscribe to the channel, because we really would appreciate that so very much. So, with that said, everybody, this is the Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
And we'll be back at you for some more very soon. Y'all take care. Peace.